Hey everybody, what's up? Felix here again, and welcome to episode 7. Wow, we're getting pretty far in this of the forum. So, reason why episode 7 is happening today is because chapter 8 aired today. So, for those of you guys who are new to this series or just came about this, the way that the forum works is that it's a post episode or chapter discussion about whatever series I choose to highlight, and I'm doing RWBY Volume 3. So today's chapter or episode that's going to be discussed is called The Beginning of the End, and just from saying that doesn't sound good at all. I'm not very comfortable even saying that myself. So in the last episode, we were talking more, let's see, last episode, I just actually forgot for 1 sec, so let me double check. Let's see, it's beginning of the end. Oh yeah, the last episode was called Fall, and, so, Falls were, in which the admins of Beacon Academy split the Pura, and so what I initially thought, not intentionally, what I initially thought was that episode 7 would be in present day, but actually this is more of a flashback episode, and it's really interesting actually because in this chapter it actually highlights more of the villains of the series, which are Cinder, Mercury, and Emerald. We don't really learn anything about Neo, which is really interesting because she's a really a lot of things are undefined about Neo, so yeah, I can't really say much because I still don't even know very much. So yeah, so this is oh yeah, for those of you guys who are wondering what I'm using for my note taking, you can visit the RWBY Wiki. It's actually really helpful for if you guys want to see some pretty good claims on what happens on each episode and gets more purely defined. So you can always go there. I'll put the link in the description below to this chapter and to the site. So yeah, check it out if you can. So getting back to what I was saying, this highlights a lot of Cinder and basically how she came to meet Emerald and even meet Mercury. And it's really interesting because we learn some things about these three in particular, and once this we get exposed to it, we're like, wait, are you serious? So like this is basically Cinder's planned action, everything from the past to the present day, so all the way up to Yang's framing. That's basically it. So the thing that's I think is really valuable about this episode is that there's a lot of like monologues you hear, and you hear a lot of Cinder. It's like, I want to be strong. I want to hold power. I want to be strong. I will show you the way. It's like all these voices, monologues between all the characters and then meeting each other. So it's like the first one is with Cinder meeting Emerald. Yes, Emerald's sister. I think that's her name. Yeah, and what Cinder learns is that Emerald is super fast, and she has the ability to manipulate hallucinations. So now we start to understand the whole trick with Yang, but I'll get to that later. Anyway, it starts off with oh yeah, and Cinder looks really different actually. Since this is I don't know, they don't define how much time it goes back, but Cinder's hair is actually pretty short. She actually does look like pretty beautiful that way, I will admit. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying again, Cinder noticed something about Emerald, and it was like, she's like, you stole something, didn't you? But I didn't see it. And basically what Emerald did is she stole a ring, but it's so, her illusions are so fast that Cinder didn't even like perceive it completely herself, so that's why she was so impressed. And then in like the trade-off that Cinder makes to Emerald is that you aren't going to be alone anymore, and I'm going to give you food, resources to Emerald, because all Emerald was really was a petty thief, and that's about it. So it's really interesting. So now we learn a little more about her, and she has actually a pretty interesting villain too. So it's like, okay, so now we know where that came from. And next, we're going to Mercury, and basically, Cinder wants to actually see Mercury's father. His name is Marcus Black. But then, when they arrive at the location where they believe he is, they actually find out that it's really, really like surprising, because they arrive and then you see the camera, like it kind of goes down up on Mercury, and it shows him, and then Cinder's like, we're looking for Marcus, which is basically Mercury's father. And then Mercury's like, I killed him. And then it's so ridiculous, because like, dude, like we don't even know the reason why Mercury killed his own father, and I actually think that makes me kind of hate him some, because like, why in the world would you do that? But also like, it shows part of his pants have been torn, and it exposes both of his legs, and we learn that both of his legs are actually prosthetic. They're they're metal, they're metallic, and the way that he uses like those jets and stuff is because of the way his leg is built. So now a lot more things are getting defined. We learn that Emerald uses hallucinations, and now we know that Mercury technically doesn't have legs, because they're artificial. So if you guys are understanding it, the whole ploy that Cinder pulled on Yang was those two. It was those two elements combined. It was hallucinations / illusions. Oh wait, no, they aren't the same. Never mind. It's hallucinations and literally acting. That's it. Because oh yeah, I'll get to it later. So yeah, you guys, that is like, whoa. Like, when I was watching this episode, it blew my mind, because I was like, wait a second, really? That's true? So yeah, that was a lot more information. So after that whole thing, like, now we get to the part where Cinder wants one more member on her team, and she actually goes to the White Fang. And that, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the Black trailer, you kind of realize that Blake is in some sort of organization, and that is the White Fang. So that was more purely assessed in Volume 2, actually, for those of you guys who watched it. So yeah, Cinder wants Adam to join her group, and it's really cool, because I'm really happy that Adam actually got screen time. And like, but then again, like, the way that Cinder was getting possession of her pawn, so to speak, was literally just bribing. That was it. She wanted Adam to join. She was like, I'm gonna give you dust, I'm gonna give you weapons, I'll give you anything to join. But then Adam, his answer was very straightforward. He's like, no, I'm willing to do this in more of like a revolutionary fashion. That's why the White Fang exists. It's more of like, oh yeah, it's a revolutionary sort of squadron or brigade, or platoon. Any of those words will work. So, basically, it's really interesting too, because after Cinder leaves the vicinity, Adam leaves the tent that they were in, and then you see Blake, and Blake is asking who they were, but then he doesn't really say much. He kind of covers it, or he just stays silent, and then Adam's like, "Oh yeah, make sure to get rest for tomorrow morning. The train leaves tomorrow." So now that obviously shows us that meeting that they had, that was the day before Blake and Adam attacked Sneed Dust to the train. So I was like, whoa, all these dots are connecting and stuff. So yeah, this is like beyond interesting. We're getting so many things defined right now. So after this, it shows Cinder pursuing someone, and the thing that's really interesting is that it almost seems like a medieval or like a very rural area of Grimm. I mean, not Grimm. I forgot the name of the world. Let's see. I mean, the Vale. Yeah, there you go. And like, it shows someone on a horse, and they're walking down this really straight road. There's like a wooden fence there too. And then she has like a cape on and stuff. And then Emerald and Mercury both attack this girl. And basically, the girl that we're talking about here is Amber. Amber is the one that we just talked about in the Fall Maiden. So she was like really powerful, but then of course Cinder's succeeding in beating her down. And also there's like this really scary part where after Amber got beaten down pretty brutally, actually she got an arrow stuck in her back because Cinder shot it from way far out after there was so she got hit in the back, and then Cinder has this glove on. It has like a symbol, like a crest right here, and then she puts the crest or her palm forward and puts it near Amber's face, and then this grim insect literally comes out of her hand, like it's straight out of like some sort of mythology movie. Like it comes straight out of her hand and it spits something on Amber. It's like this black liquid, and then it starts burning her face, and then like she starts to get really exhausted, and she even like faints, and then the insect goes back into Cinder's palm, and she gains some of the power that Amber had. So I don't even know what that was, but it's really scary because she took some of her a portion. Actually, I don't even know how much, because when in the prior episode when they were talking, it was like, she took some of the power. As you can see, we don't know how much. I was gonna say maybe like 80%. I don't know. But yeah, Amber became a vessel, and now we know that she's in that chamber. And then they talked to Pyrrha. So yeah, it's really, really, really tense now. And then after Amber was assaulted or attacked, Crow came by and interrupted the fight, and then Cinder and them, of course, fled. So yeah, that's how Crow got the information to Osmond. So as you can see, once again, all the dots are starting to connect, and yeah, really, really, like, man, so much stuff. And now we're gonna go to present day, and this is basically the last part of the episode. Because present day, it's at the standoff where Yang is, and this is exactly where she's getting framed. All the Adlesian military is surrounding her, and they're all pointing at her. And then she's saying, but Mercury attacked first, most probable sort of reasons you'd have at that point. Then, of course, Mercury was quote-unquote acting, and then it was like, oh, how could she do that? And then Emerald was, of course, assisting Mercury in that sort of fake ploy. And it was like, oh, how could you do such a thing? Oh, we need emergency. And then they bring Mercury to like a medicinal ship, emergency one. And then Neo's on there, Cinder's on there. And then that's where we see Mercury's artificial legs again. And oh my god, man, like what the heck? Dude, that is like crazy. And then after that whole thing happens, well, it shows Cinder and the rest of her her team in like, I don't know where, it looks like some warehouse. And then she's like, now all we have to do is carry out the rest of the plan. And it transitions over to like more of a media-based thing. It's like blah blah blah. This is Veil News, and Yang supposedly attacked, and then that's where she's getting framed. It's getting all exposed over the media. Husband's getting blamed. Everyone's blaming the Academy, and that's about it for the episode. So yeah, not for the faint of heart, and yeah, it's gonna get really tough now. I mean, as I've said today, not actually tomorrow, because I filmed this in the midnight. So anyway, yeah, for yesterday, episode 8 aired, and man, there's so much more to talk about. Well, I can't talk about that until the next one airs. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me in this little conversation for episode 7, or chapter, of RWBY Volume 3. And I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, stay honest. And I hope to see you all, whoever's here, again. Man, I can't talk about 8. It really sucks. My heart from watching 8. It's really weird though, because like I purposely make myself not talk about the latest episode, so I'm kind of like shooting myself in the foot. So yeah, I'm kind of like, why am I even doing it that way? But yeah, till next time, you guys. I can't really wait. I mean, I actually kind of want to talk about it, but I can't. So yeah, another 7 days, I hope. Well, until next time, guys.